Most people believe that financial success is purely about earning more money or cutting more expenses. They chase promotions, start side hustles, and tighten their budgets. Yet somehow, despite all the effort, many still feel stuck in the same financial struggles year after year. The truth is, income and expenses are only part of the equation. Real, lasting wealth starts with how you think, with the mindset you bring to money every single day. Before I could change my financial life, I had to change the way I thought about money itself. And that shift made a bigger difference than any raise, any side job, or any budget ever could. In this video, I will show you the psychological barriers that silently block most people from building wealth, and more importantly, how to break through them. This is not just about making more money. It's about transforming your relationship with money, so you can finally start building wealth with clarity and confidence. Let's get started.
I don't think so. No, 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 no. I don't think so. No, 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 no. It's never, ever, 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 ever gonna happen.
Understanding the wealth mindset shift.
For most of my life, I thought that money was simply earned by working harder. The idea seemed logical. The more hours you put in, the more rewards you get. But over time, I realized that the wealthiest people were not always the ones working the longest hours. They were the ones thinking differently about money. A scarcity mindset keeps you trapped. It convinces you that money is limited, that opportunities are rare, and that wealth is reserved for a lucky few. When you live with scarcity thinking, you become afraid to take smart risks, to invest in yourself, or to pursue bigger goals. You stay small because scarcity teaches you to protect, not to build. On the other hand, an abundance mindset sees possibilities. It sees money as a tool that can be multiplied, not just something to hoard. It encourages learning, growth, and smart action. Wealthy individuals are not lucky. They have trained themselves to see and seize opportunities others overlook. Changing your wealth mindset does not happen overnight. It requires challenging deeply rooted beliefs. It means replacing thoughts like I can't afford that with questions like how can I afford that responsibly. It means shifting from fear-based decisions to strategy-based actions. Recognizing that your financial results are a reflection of your mindset, not just your circumstances, is the first major step toward real change. In the next chapter, we will explore how to identify the hidden limiting beliefs that may be quietly sabotaging your financial progress.
Identifying hidden limiting beliefs.
Most limiting beliefs about money are formed long before we ever earn our first paycheck. They come from the stories we hear growing up, from the experiences we have around money, and from the messages society repeats. Over time, these beliefs settle quietly into our minds and start running the show without us even realizing it. Some of the most common limiting beliefs sound like this. I'll never be rich. Money is the root of all evil. I'm just not good with money. Rich people must have done something wrong to get ahead. Even if you do not consciously agree with these statements, they can still influence your actions. A belief that money is bad can cause you to subconsciously push it away. A belief that wealth is out of reach can cause you to give up before you even start. Identifying these beliefs requires honesty. Pay close attention to your first emotional reaction when you think about wealth, success, or financial goals. Is it excitement, or is it fear? Is it motivation, or is it guilt? Start by writing down the money messages you remember hearing as a child. Then, examine whether those messages are helping you or holding you back today. This awareness is powerful. You cannot replace a belief you are not aware of. But once you see the patterns, you can choose to build new beliefs that support the financial life you truly want. In the next chapter, we will look at how to start rewiring your mindset with practical daily actions that create real momentum toward wealth.
Shifting into an abundance mindset.
The difference between scarcity and abundance is more than just positive thinking. It's about the way you fundamentally view opportunities, money, and life itself. A scarcity mindset tells you that there is never enough to go around. It makes you compete instead of collaborate, hoard instead of invest, fear instead of grow. When you operate from scarcity, every decision is made from a place of protection rather than expansion. An abundance mindset, on the other hand, believes that there is always enough, and that you can create more. It frees you to take calculated risks, to invest in your future, and to build without fear. Abundance thinking helps you recognize that success is not a zero-sum game. One of the simplest ways to cultivate an abundance mindset is through gratitude. When you are grateful for what you have, you train your mind to focus on possibilities, not limitations. Gratitude shifts your attention from what you lack to what you can build upon. For example, I once knew someone who earned an average salary but consistently invested a small portion of it every month. Over time, their wealth grew steadily, while others earning double or even triple their income stayed stuck. Why? Because the high earners operated from fear, hoarding cash without putting it to work, while the steady investor trusted the process and let abundance grow over time. Building wealth is less about how much you start with and more about how you think and act consistently.
Overcoming mental blocks.
Even with the right mindset, mental blocks can sneak in and sabotage progress. Fear of failure, fear of success, and the fear of missing out, all of these can hold you back if left unchecked. I remember a time early in my journey when I had the opportunity to invest $500 in a growing market. I hesitated. I told myself I needed more information, more certainty. Deep down, I was just scared of losing money. So I waited, and missed out on years of potential compounding growth. Looking back, the biggest cost was not the $500. It was the time and confidence I lost by letting fear control my decisions. The way to overcome mental blocks is to start building small wins. Save your first $1,000. Make your first investment, even if it's just a few dollars. Celebrate progress, not perfection. Each small win builds your confidence and trains your brain to associate action with positive outcomes, not fear.
Mindset habits of wealthy people.
Wealthy people do not think about money the same way most people do. Their habits reflect a mindset focused on growth, not just survival. First, they are lifelong learners. They read books, seek out mentors, and treat failures as lessons, not as verdicts. They understand that financial success is built on constantly upgrading their knowledge and skills. Second, they delay gratification. Instead of spending impulsively to impress others, they invest patiently in assets that generate long-term returns. They understand that real wealth is quiet, not flashy. Third, they focus on building assets, not chasing status. They prioritize owning things that grow in value, businesses, investments, education, rather than spending on things that depreciate the moment you buy them. And perhaps most importantly, they reframe failure. Rather than seeing a loss as proof they were wrong, they view it as tuition, the price they pay for valuable lessons that will pay off bigger in the future. You can see this mindset clearly in movements like FIRE, financial independence, retire early. While FIRE is not for everyone, it proves that when you shift your mindset about money, you can dramatically change your financial strategy and your life.
Practical tools to reinforce the mindset.
Shifting your mindset is not a one-time decision. It requires daily reinforcement using simple but powerful tools. Affirmations can help, but only if they are personal and believable. Instead of repeating unrealistic phrases, create affirmations that stretch you slightly beyond your comfort zone. For example, "I am learning to manage and grow my money wisely" is far more effective than simply saying, "I am rich," when you do not believe it yet. Visualization is another powerful tool. Spend a few minutes each day picturing the kind of financial life you want to build. What does it look like? How does it feel? Combine this with journaling to make the vision more concrete and actionable. Finally, create learning loops. Listen to podcasts, read financial books, or take free online classes that keep feeding your mind with growth-oriented ideas. Even tools like ChatGPT can be used to brainstorm budgeting plans, investment strategies, or learning schedules. By surrounding yourself with positive financial inputs, you make it easier to maintain the mindset that supports wealth building.
The mindset shift that changes everything.
Before you build wealth outside, you have to build it inside. Changing your financial mindset is not something that happens overnight. It is the result of small, consistent actions and thoughts that reshape the way you see money and opportunity. Remember, the real secret is not about working harder or saving more. It is about thinking differently. Now, I would love to hear from you. What is one money belief you want to change this year? Share it in the comments below. And if you found this video helpful, be sure to watch next, Why Saving Less Made Me Rich, and What I Did Instead. You can find the link in the description, or on the screen now. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content on building your financial freedom. Your support helps this channel grow and reach more people who need it.
I don't think so. No, 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 no. I don't think so. No, 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 no. It's never, ever, 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 ever gonna happen. I don't think so. No, 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 no. I don't think so. No, 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 no. It's never, ever, ever,